Hello and welcome to Neptune Seaside Bash. I'm Veronica Rogers, and tonight we're here benefiting the Manatee Children's Services, and we are here for abandoned, neglected, and abused children. And tonight we're going to talk about and talk to a lot of people in our community that make a difference. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. We're here with Chief Bill Trocature. So great to see you again this year.
It is good to see you too, and thank you guys for coming out and helping with us.
Tell me a little bit about it. You've been involved for 20-some years now?
I've been the president for 25 years for Manatee Children's Services. It's a great organization. Its theme is to break the cycle of child abuse, and that's what we work towards with all of our programs we have.
And tell me a little bit about what it means to our community.
We have the only shelter for abused and neglected kids in this community. And what it is it's a lifeline for these kids. And we have the heroin epidemic going on now, and these kids are being left alone, and it gives them a safe place to go.
And tell me some of the success stories maybe that you've seen over the years.
Over the years, I've seen the company itself grow. This organization has grown tremendously since I started, and we have kids that I've seen come up through the ages, from being in our shelter to being in our group home and to graduating from high school and going on to college. It's amazing to watch the impact that we're having on these children.
And tell people in the community here how they can help and what that means to have their support.
We need support. Manatee Children's Services, we write a lot of grants. We do what we can with that, but we need donations. We need people's help. We need you to know that we're out here and we need the help.
And they can change even just one family's life.
Just saving one child and giving them a bed to stay in and helping us with our group homes so that these kids don't have to stay in an institutionalized group home. It's just huge changes.
And tell me what tonight means. I mean, we have a lot of festivities tonight. We have some artwork from the children.
We have a great festival going on tonight. This is going to be awesome. Going to be good food, good entertainment. We've got silent auction. We've got live auction items. And I understand that we have about 180 people that will be here.
Well, thank you so much for all you do for our community, Chief.
My pleasure. Thank you.
We're here with Melinda and Gigi. What a wonderful event this evening. Tell me a little bit about your involvement. You've been the CEO for how long?
I've been with Manatee Children's Services for 20 years now. And it's been a wonderful experience for me personally and professionally. I mean, the organization is a big family, and we're very fortunate, all of us, to be a part of it.
Tell me how it's grown over the years, 20 years.
Well, we've seen a lot of growth, actually. When I started, we had a 12-bed shelter, and now we have 30 residential beds, which include 3 group homes, a girls' group home, a boys' group home, and then a co-ed group home. We've expanded our programming as far as clinical services and also prevention services as well.
And Gigi, tell me, if there was one thing you could say to our community about being involved, what would you tell them?
I would encourage anyone out there contemplating helping any child in the foster care system to become a foster parent, to call the Safe Children Coalition and find out how they can get the training they need to become a foster parent. There is an extreme need for more foster homes. So that would be what I would encourage people to do.
And what does tonight mean to Manatee Children's Services?
Tonight is a great opportunity for us to get our mission out there, to make new friends, to build partnerships with people in the community, and at the same time have a really good time.
And tell me a little bit about the mission.
Our mission is to prevent child abuse. So what we do is provide a full spectrum of services. As Melinda mentioned, we have a shelter. We have a child protection team that does forensic interviews. We have parenting programs and mental health counseling. We provide the full spectrum of care.
And Melinda, success stories. Tell me what you've seen.
Well, we've had a lot of success stories, thankfully. One that comes to mind is a child that came into our shelter and then progressed and ended up living in our group home, and then graduated from high school, went on to college, and now comes back and visits the group home parents.
And so many of your dollars here in Manatee County can help even just one individual, one family, to make a success story.
Absolutely, and we're right on the cusp of holiday season. We have a lot of kids that we provide for at the holiday time, and we really rely on individuals and businesses in our community to help us provide gifts for children at Christmas time. So that's another way that people can reach out and connect.
How do they do that? The holidays is such a hard time for these families. How can they help?
Oh, absolutely. It's a very difficult time, but one of the things I will tell you is every year we have businesses and individuals reach out, give us a call at our main office, which is 941-345-1200, or visit our website, which is www.manateechildrenservices.com, and become a holiday project sponsor. And it really helps, helps the kids know that there are people out there that really do care.
You can make the holidays so happy for just one family. That'll help. And tell me, the artwork that's here today, the children did, and it's on our silent auction.
That is true. They worked with our event coordinator, Amalia Flores, and they put together those beautiful little children things over there.
Gigi, if there was one thing you wanted people to know about Manatee Children's Services in this community, what would that be?
I would want them to know that we are our community's only nationally accredited child advocacy center. We are the flagship program for the issue surrounding the issue of child abuse. And if anyone wants more information on how they can help with this issue, please call us. We need all the help we can get.
And Melinda?
I'm going to echo that as well. Absolutely, give us a call. We're here to help.
Thank you so much, ladies. Have a great evening.
You too.
Hi, we're here with Kelly. Tell me a little bit about your involvement with Manatee Children's Services.
I am currently secretary of the board. I actually started there professionally in about '94. And I am now a private practice psychotherapist, but I came back to serve on the board and continue to be involved in our mission.
And a psychotherapist, tell me a little bit about what you see and how this affects people, either the children, the family members. How does this help?
Child maltreatment affects the community overall. It affects the immediate victim, the secondary victim, so it's like throwing a rock in a pond. So being able to address child maltreatment with all the programs that we offer actually positively affects the community, the future of the victim, the families, and everyone else we can touch with our programs.
And how can our community help?
I think volunteering, donating when it's needed, being aware of what services are in the community, and getting involved.
And how long have you been involved with Manatee Children's Services?
As an employee, 94 to 2003, and I came on the board about 6 years ago.
And how has it changed your life?
I love this agency. I love what we do. I'm passionate along with our director and our other board members and the staff, and so it's just a huge, important part of my life.
Kelly, as a psychotherapist again, how does this impact the children that are coming into the program?
I'll use the shelter as a point of intake. We have services there to do an intake with them. We have a counselor on staff, and now as a National Certified Advocacy Center, we can support children through the whole process, be it shelter care, case management, our forensic services, treatment for them and for their families, aftercare. So, when children come into care, they've obviously been through something terrible. They've been removed from their home. So we're able to now wrap around those children and support them through the whole process of whatever they're going through.
And everything our community can do makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you. Have a good
We're here with Amalia, and you are the event coordinator for this beautiful event and also artwork here from the children. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, this is my 5th year at Manatee Children's Services, and this is our 4th gala. So we are putting together this beautiful event, and I'm also an artist. So I spend the whole summer working with our children who live at the shelter. So you can see we have 10 girls and 10 boys like this. Each one is different, and the special thing for me is that we all know that we have these children living in our shelter because of a terrible situation, you know. But still, you can see the smiles on the faces of the silhouettes. So that is really special for us.
So tell me, you started at this summer, and how did that impact the children, and how did they feel about producing this art?
You know what, it's amazing because I'm an art teacher, so when I started working with the kids, they were so quiet and so shy, but then when they were painting, they were so happy. So I'm convinced that you need some kind of art in your life because it's like a therapy, a good therapy for, in this case, for the kids.
So how long did they work on this project?
We spent maybe a month, yes. I was coming to the shelter with all the supplies, and they were expecting me to get there. You know, it was amazing. I love working with kids.
So 20 girls and 20 boys. Is that how many children are in the shelter today?
No, right now we have 12, and then we have 2 group houses. So that's why we got 20 different silhouettes. So the idea is to sell these to different businesses, and they can display them at their office or business and support our cause.
And like you said, the smiles that you see on these. Look at that one. It's such a big smile.
Yes, this is one of the things that it's so special and so powerful for myself, because we have to think that these kids, they are in this shelter because we removed them from these horrible situations, you know. But you can still see the smiles on the faces of the kids. So it's amazing.
And you know, the smiles are because they're in a safe place.
Yes.
And our community has been involved. And through donations with our community, through what you'll raise tonight on the silent auction, you can impact a child's life and make a difference.
Oh, yes, of course. That's why we are here. We have 41 years of changing lives of children in Manatee County. So that's the goal for tonight, you know, to continue changing the lives of all these children.
Amalia, this is such a beautiful event. What, you know, behind the scenes, what did this take, the kind of effort that you put into it?
Well, I'm the event planner for Manatee Children's Services. This is a work for so many months, you know. We have a lot of volunteers, and the best thing is that the community helped us a lot. This will be a fabulous event with a 3-course dinner. We have an oyster bar. We have silent and live auctions. We have a singer right now, an open bar. The food is amazing. It's a 3-course dinner. And then we have a wine tasting station. We have a massage therapist. So it's a lot of fun, you know, for a great cause.
I'm in for the wine tasting and the massage here.
Oh, yes, yes.
Thank you again for all you do.
Thank you so much, and welcome.
We're here with Lee J. Pope, and you are the MC for the night.
I am.
So tell me what that means to you.
Well, it means a lot. I've been doing this for probably about 10 events. I've been participating with this very worthy cause for a number of years. But it's funny, a long time ago, we were at an event one time, and Melinda Thompson was trying to get up and speak to the crowd, and was having a hard time getting everyone's attention. And I said, you know what, Mel, this will be the last time that happens. So I decided that that would be the time that I would take over and do the MCing, and so I've been kind of doing that ever since. So it's been a lot of fun.
So, what does this mean to you and our community, this event?
Yeah, I mean, this is very important, right? I mean, it's a night like tonight, I mean, even though this, association is getting some funding, it's not enough. It's never enough. I mean, when we look at all of the different programs that are being supported, it needs the help of the community to keep it thriving and to grow. And obviously, the participants or the subject matters that continue to flow through the system and continue to grow as well. So it's very important for us as a community to come together and to put our own resources into something that is so worthy. When we look at some of the statistics, 84% of the people that are incarcerated and in jail today have been abused as a child. So I mean, we have to be able to try and break this cycle in some way, shape, or form. And it's programs like this, even though that this is a lot more on the reactive side of it. It's programs like this and the people that are involved that hopefully people start to realize what we have to do in a proactive fashion to maybe break that chain as we move forward.
And you bring up a good point. So, making that change and breaking the cycle and bringing these children in for success and a life-changing event, it makes a huge difference. And I don't think people really realize what that means in our community. Like you said, the people that are incarcerated, most of them didn't have this opportunity.
Well, and I think what it is that it's easy to kind of not see it, right? I mean, it's just like our homeless in our society. You have to really look for it. A lot of times we're just not programmed to start looking, in the different areas that these things happen. But I tell our kids every day that are going to school, you are sitting next to or in a classroom with a child that is either being abused or is not nourished, or there's something that is preventing them from having a lifestyle and just a normal day, and you just don't realize it. And trying to open their eyes, and I think just all of the community. I mean, when we start to really try to take an initiative forward, like keeping our children safe and having them have a normal upbringing, that they can be contributors to society without having all of that, is a very, very just cause.
I think day to day, we take it for granted what we have and the opportunities that we have, and we forget about people that need our help in our community.
Yeah, we do. And, it's nights like this where, I think what we do is we open those eyes a little bit more. People are here because they understand the event and they've been asked to come. But I hope that tonight, and my job is to help them understand just how important it is that they contribute, and that they do that in a level that enables us to kind of take that funding and pay it forward into our community where we need it most. This is where it's really granular. We got to be very micro about Manatee County. We have all of these things that happen across the nation, but this is one of the things that we can look to and say, this is in our hometown. We don't have to go on a mission trip down to the Dominican Republic and things like that. We can sit in our own town and we can contribute to a cause that is worthy of the people that are around us.
And making a difference in our community. So, you are also doing the live auction. Any insight to what the best prizes?
I can tell you one thing, that Jess Jeweler necklace and pendant is unbelievable. So, I thankfully my wife isn't here because I might be on the hook for that thing. But
I may have to look. I kind of like jewelry.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to tell you, all of the people that contribute, whether it be the Kendalls with the Costa Rica trip, the Zex for the Alcasandra Resort, Manny Cruz and the portraits and the things that he does. We've got a total wine thing tonight. We've got a thing with decorating cakes. So, I mean, we've got a whole lot of things that are really going to be fun, and I look forward to being able to try and get as much we can for it from a dollar value.
Well, we're so excited, and we're so thankful that you're here tonight, and we hope you raise a lot of money.
Me too. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're here with Dr. Denise Baker. So great to see you this evening.
I'm so happy to be here and actually ecstatic to be able to help support Manatee Children's Services.
And
This
tell
is a
me,
wonderful event.
And tell me what that means to you. I mean, you see a lot in our community as a physician.
There is a phenomenal epidemic that is going on in our community that maybe perhaps your viewers are not familiar with. And that is, we have a number of children who are abused, who are abandoned, who are neglected, and these children desperately need our help. These are children who didn't choose to be born into this environment and have to live it day by day by day. And one of the things that Manatee Children's Services does is supports these children in a phenomenal way, because we don't have enough parenting, we don't have enough foster homes, we don't have enough relatives to be able to help grow these children in a healthy manner.
And we talked a little bit earlier about the opioid epidemic. Tell me a little bit about that.
There are many, many people out there who are involved in using substances that are not prescription. And if they are prescribed, they're prescribed for another person. So these are people who are using medications to change their mind pattern, and they lose the ability of caring and loving and gentleness. They lose the forethought to be able to recognize that this child is in my care and I need to give them the best environment. They're totally distracted by the drug phenomenon that has been occurring, and it's affecting our children dramatically.
And tell me how our community can help.
This is a great example. We need to support Manatee Children's Services in a multitude of ways, because they reach out and make sure these children get the services that they need, make sure these children are getting the counseling that they need, make sure that they're fed, and make sure that they're housed, or if they need housing, how do we actually get them the proper housing so these young, youthful children can actually grow up and have a true chance at life for themselves.
And that is so important. I mean, we don't think about that every day. They didn't choose where they were born, who they were born, and it gives them an opportunity to be successful in life.
It is the one chance that many of these children have, and it may be the only chance these children have, to be able to actually grow up to be an independent, healthy citizen.
If there was one thing you could say to our community, what would it be?
Open up your hearts, share your hand, and if you can, share your nickel or your dime to help support these children who are so needy of your help.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. We thank you for all you do.
Thank you so much.
We're here with Henry Lawrence. Henry, so great to see you this evening.
It's great to be here, and this is a very, very worthy cause. We've been doing it for a while, and I participate with the board of directors with this, the Manatee Children's Services, and it is an awesome, awesome organization, and we've been able to help many, many kids.
You sponsored the Oyster Bar tonight.
I did. Well, you know, it's nice to give, and it's for a great cause.
And tell me a little bit about your involvement with Manatee Children's Services and how it affects our children in our community.
Well, it helps the foster kids, the group homes, and it helps to sustain, and also helps to direct them to be able to do a better job with the kids, and the different programs that they integrate them with. It's great.
If you had one thing you could say to our local community in supporting this organization, what would you say to them?
I would say go online to ManateeChildrenServices.com and help. If you got some suggestions, do that also. And I'd also say to the parents, to push these kids to know that there is a future for them and that they also can go further, get their education. The state will take care of it, and there is hope at the end of the tunnel.
And we make such a difference in people's lives. These children actually have a chance at life by the support of Manatee Children's Services.
They do. I think what's important to do is that you continue to remind them and encourage them and push them towards that goal, because there's so many opportunities that are available for them.
Henry, so the local legend here, and I've seen your film Through the Tunnel and the things that you went through here in the Manatee County community. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing now.
I'm not doing much. I'm doing some performing. I've been working a little bit with the campaigns, working to try to get Andrew Gillum into the governor's office, and Shaw and the Attorney General, and all of our local candidates. I think we need a change, And I would just like to say to everybody out there is if you're registered, go vote. If you're not registered, it's too late now, but get ready for next year. But just vote. You know, I'm not going to tell anybody who to vote for. Use your common sense and vote for what's going to benefit you.
And make a difference in our community.
Well, that is one way that you can do it. Because everyone that doesn't vote, that's 2 votes for whoever else is not.
I think people don't think about that, oh, I'm just 1 vote. That's not going to make a difference. But it does make a difference.
It makes a difference. It makes a difference because then you can say, well, I participated in the process. And if it's not right, if you didn't participate, then just shut up. You know, because you wasn't concerned about it.
So July 4th, you opened for Charlie Daniels Band, you said. Did you sing Purple Rain?
No, I didn't do Purple Rain. I don't know if they weren't ready for that yet, but we did a little bit of everything out there. And then I got to see him, and he was phenomenal.
Oh, and I thought about you. I was up in Minnesota at the Super Bowl, and they did the Prince thing, so that was awesome.
Goodness. I was gonna go, but it's cold up there.
It was 8 degrees.
Well, I'm glad you stood and represented for me.
Well, thank you so much for all you do for our community, Henry. We appreciate you so much.
And thank you.
We're here with Jimmy. Oh my gosh, you're here at another community event. What does this mean to you?
Well, we've been associated with the Manatee Children's Services for the last 3 years now. Maya's reached out to us. We're part of the Latin Chamber of Commerce in this area, which is really good that we're a part of that because we do a lot of things with the Latin community. But with Manatee Children's Services, Belinda and I also are part of the Bradenton Marauders organization where we have season tickets, and we give back to them to where we get 50 or 60 tickets per year so the kids that are living in hotels or wherever they're living at, they can actually come and watch a baseball game, and that's where we give back to them too. But for this event, we love coming out here and doing something for Seafood Shack is fantastic.
And capturing the moments tonight. A lot of fun, a lot of great energy here tonight, raising a lot of money for our community.
Fantastic, and we'd like to be here, and we like to take everybody gets home a 4x6 color print, and then they can take home with it, and it says Manatee Children's Services on it, and they put that on the refrigerator, and then so it reminds everybody every year this time of year that it comes back up to actually get involved in the community, and plus for the children. It's all about the children.
Well, Jimmy, thank you for all you do for our community, and we're ready for our picture.
All right, let's go have a picture taken.
We've got to break the chain of child abuse, and it all starts with people like here tonight. Manatee Children's Services deals with over 15,000 children and families throughout the year. And that's pretty stark reality to kind of hit home and start with to even think about. But when you start thinking about the thing that we do have on our side is we've got over 3 decades of combined experience at Manatee Children's Services that are well versed in social services as well as clinical services to take care of our kids in Manatee County. And I think, you know, it's one of those things where you sit there and you look at everyone here came here knowing that they were coming to an event for Manatee Children's Services. They may not know why it's so important. I think on the onset, we all know it's about, you know, children that are being abused. Well, there's 3 million children that are being abused every year in our country. And to think about that, that's 1 child in every 10 seconds that is a report of abuse. We've got 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 5 boys that will be sexually abused before they turn the age of 18 years old. We have 5 kids that die every day from child abuse in our country. If we bring that a little bit more micro, and we bring that to Manatee County, and you start thinking about the things that our 15,000 services for children and families are being done through Manatee Children's Services, it gets even crazier. We have over 4,000 reports of child abuse this past year, just in Manatee County. When you think about that, and you think that there's only 48,000 kids that are enrolled from K through 12, that's almost 10%. Almost 10% of our population that we live in today is affected by child abuse. Every day I talk to my kids and talk to them about being and sharing classrooms with kids that they have no idea are either struggling from nutrition, are being abused, but certainly don't have the same lifestyle that they enjoy every day when they go home, or maybe even spend the weekend hungry. Manatee Children's Services and a night like tonight is so important because of what we actually do to try and break that cycle. Your coming here tonight is very important because, number one, you took the first step. And the first step was coming to an event on a Saturday night in early October that represents us trying to break that cycle. The next thing is to kind of use this event and use it for its purpose and for your own selfish purpose. And that selfish purpose is to make a difference. Tonight we kind of gauge that in terms of dollars, right? Because we're donating and we're giving things. We're giving some things in return with the the different auction items and the live auction that we'll do. But I want you to really start thinking about that, because tonight is a night where we're not really looking at it for what we can get on the cheap. Tonight we're looking at it for how many lives we're going to actually affect. How many lives are we going to make a difference in? And furthermore, how many lives might we affect that are just one tragedy away from being in the same boat? You look around, you know the people, you've seen them in our own community, at the grocery store, maybe friends, at church. You know who they are. Tonight is a night where we, as a community, make a difference in some of these things. Nelson Mandela says that there is no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. Well, I think that tonight we recognize that we have an effect on how we in our society treat those children. So when we look at all the services that Manatee Children's Services has tonight, we got to realize that they're serving 3 group homes with 18 kids that are going to call that home until they become young adults. And when you start thinking of young adults, when I think of my teenagers and thinking about them being on their own at 18, holy mackerel. So think of that, right? But we have the opportunity tonight to support a program that is going to make sure that those kids get a fair shake and get a nice handoff into whatever they have in front of them. And I got to tell you, we've got so many people in the room here tonight, and as you mingle around and you start meeting some of them, you'll find out just how important individuals in this room have been to make that difference. What's unique about tonight, and what is really nice, is that we do have a child that is trying to make a difference too. And you see on your tables, everyone had the daddy-daughter charity cases that were in here. So Mike Faulkner and his daughter, Michaela started this, and she basically has decided to really make a difference at 11 years old. So when you think about being able to find your own children or other kids that are wanting to take that step forward and realize that there's something different that can be for other children that are in need, Michaela represents that. I'm going to have Mike come up and just give us a few words on what Michaela's doing.
Good evening, everybody. I'm truly honored to have an opportunity, and Amaya gave me the opportunity to share this with you. My daughter's 11. She's a competitive gymnast, and she sees a lot of kids don't have the same opportunities that she has, so she wanted to do something different, and she's fascinated with the YouTube channel. So if anybody that has kids around 11 to probably like 18, it's YouTube all day, every day. My son is becoming a master fisherman from YouTube, so I taught him how to fish as a kid. Now he's the master and I'm learning. But what my daughter has decided to do was take something and do it with a purpose. And the YouTube channel is going to give her that opportunity. She wanted to take her YouTube channel and do something different. She wanted to give back because she watches it all day and she's like, it's just madness, nonsense. Kids playing with slime but not really doing anything. So We set it up so that my company, True Plumbing Service, is sponsoring her first video that's going to be aired on the Manatee Children's Services Facebook page tomorrow, and then on YouTube within a few more days. And it's going to have a donation link at the bottom of it to sponsor Manatee Children's Services. So those people that watch it and enjoy it, they can click on the link and make a donation straight to Manatee Children's Services. If they make a donation of $5 or more, they'll enter the opportunity to win a free GoPro. It's just something that the local businesses are pitching in to support. I'm doing it. Johnson's printed this. I have a secret admirer who did all the videography for us that did not want to be mentioned. But she did a phenomenal job on the video. But it's just businesses coming together. And if we can get our children, and dads in the room, I'm really talking to you, do a daddy-daughter day and take them out and sponsor somebody. Take them out and do something. You know, my son wants to sponsor fishing and take kids out that don't have an opportunity to go fishing. You know, so teach your kids to be better than what they're seeing the other kids in the neighborhood is, and we can make a difference now. He said 1 in 5 kids, boys, are sexually abused as a kid, and 1 in 4 girls. Well, look at everybody at your table, because they were all kids at one time. So I promise you, 1 in 2 people at that table has experienced something like that. So don't let it happen to your kids. Step up and take a notice of that, guys. I appreciate it. Look on Facebook tomorrow and watch YouTube. Daddy-Daughter Daycare Challenge.
I do want to introduce the 2 people that make this thing happen. So when we look at Bill Tokacher and Melinda Thompson, Bill has been a part of Manatee Children's Services on the board since 1993. He's been president for over 25 years. Very impressive. He is absolutely the epitome of walking the walk and talking the talk, because not only does he do this in his spare time, but his day job happens to be chief of police out at Holmes Beach. So, a long history of trying to break the chain of child abuse. Bill Tokacher's been doing it. Here we call him El Presidente. Out at the beach they call him Captain, Sheriff, Chief, whatever you want. I'm just glad to call him friend. Bill Tokacher.
I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Spend lots of money. It's important. We have a lot of things over here for you to bid on, so it's important that you go and do that. Those painted little children are just amazing. I want to thank Amalia for putting this on. This is our 4th year doing that. She has done an amazing job. Is this place not awesome? I would ask the employees of Manatee Children's Service to stand up, but they're already doing it. Okay? And we want to thank you for the job you do every day protecting our children. It's amazing the work you guys do, and my heart goes out to you, and I really appreciate it. So thank you guys. Have a great time. Enjoy your dinner, and I'm going to have Melinda come up and talk to you.
Thank you so much for coming tonight. We really appreciate the participation and your support. It's been a long year for us, and we are so grateful for all of the things that you all do every day to help us. And my job tonight is to make sure that we mention our sponsors, so I'm going to do that right now. Thank you very much to Just Jewelers. Over here, you guys take a look at the nice live auction item that he's developed. It's just beautiful. True Plumbing, Johnson Printing, the Herald Tribune, Kiss FM, the Seafood Shack. Thank you so much for the great food tonight. BNI of Southwest Florida. What a great group of folks. I mean, they are just mavericks for us. Mermaid Vodka, Manatee Landscape and Irrigation. Over here, yay, guys. Rick Davis is our hero. The Glass Slipper, Sato Real Estate, Make It Swirl, Cruise Portrait and Design, Kathy Sherston, Nothing Bundt Cakes, Manatee Vet, Henry Lawrence, Woodruff and Sons, Sugar Cubed, John and Lee Kendall. Where are the Kendalls? Yay! Alakasandra Vacation Villas, Lawman Benefits Consulting, Gulf Auto Clinic, Martin Gold Architects. Martin's back here. He's our architect for our new building. Caldwell Banker, DJ, the DJ here tonight, and Angela Diaz Gonzalez. Thank you all so much for all of this and all the support that you've had us all year long. I also wanted to, in the right way. I also wanted to mention the children's advocates. Those are the folks that provided us with financial support. Jennifer Jordan, John Russo, Bob Richardson, Elaine Kinder, Publix, Maintenance 2 Paper, Dave Reale CPA Tax and Accounting Services, as well as Dave Reale and his lovely bride, Julie Donnelly, Lee J, of course, Alsco, and John Hargreaves. Thank you all so much tonight.
Thank you, Mel. Just a little bit about Mel before she walks away, before getting a little bit of credit. Mel has been part of this organization for over 20 years and mainly in leadership roles. She has been the CEO extraordinaire. She absolutely leads from the front. She's part of all the projects. She is involved in every decision that is made at Manatee Children's Services. Your tireless work and effort is absolutely unprecedented. And I can tell you that everyone in this room and all the kids that you touch every day, Melinda, is absolutely a godsend, and we thank you for everything that you do. Well, and she just true Melinda Thompson form says, and my team. So, I mean, and make sure that you mention the team, and that's absolutely true. The support system that Manatee Children's Services has is absolutely unprecedented. So it's fantastic. So.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening at the Neptune Seaside Bash. Chief, what do you think about this evening?
It's been a great event. I hope that we raise lots of money. The kids need it, and that's what we're here for, to break the cycle of child abuse.
And thank you for all you do for our community.
It's our pleasure, and we hope to see everybody out for next year's event. Our 5th one will be next year. Thank you for coming, and we look forward to seeing you next year.
I'm Veronica Rogers, and we are METV, and thank you so much. Have a great evening.